Hey, I'm gonna play Blinks. This is my dump of Blinks from that was on my retail Xbox, and I put it on the special one, and I'm gonna play Blinks on it today. There you go. We can take off this stuff now. This is basically just specs of a retail Xbox One, like the first one, the VCR model. I'm not using. Well, I didn't give the title any extra memory, so it's running with additional overhead of the memory that's needed for the tools. I think it's set to like 1.5 gigs of RAM. Oh, there you go. The game's installed on external USB, well, external SSD that's connected via USB 3.0. Pretty good. I've been playing games on here so far. 360 games you can't save because there's no profiles. But this works. Like OG Xbox games are fine because they don't use profiles. You can system link between these and a retail Xbox, which is pretty cool. Xbox Series. I had a system link game going of Conker's Live Reloaded from this, playing a dump of it, and then the disc was inserted into a retail Series X. We could skip this. Oh, I missed that. I thought it was up on the D-pad, but it's B. Not too great at blinks. It looks pretty good on the Xbox One. And like, when it's running, you can breakpoint it. You can change stuff while it's running in memory, but I guess it's pretty limited what you can edit. And showing it off right now is a little complicated. I barely know how to do it. Here, we can check out another game. I might have to pause this. Here we go. But yeah, I have to be like a little bit vague about some of this stuff, but when I got it, I dumped the hard drive, recovered stuff off of it. Only found a build of Tomb Raider. That's backed up. It's not really that. Seems like it has less stuff in it than the other one I recorded, but so cool. These 360 games really aren't going to work too well because I don't have a profile. So you'll see. TF2 will work. You don't really need a profile for this because you could be playing totally system link. And this game is also on an external SSD. Yeah, and you won't be able to download it because it's not online. I think anything's gonna happen now. I'm scared to do it, so. Man, it's okay. You can do developer commentary. Oh no, so that won't work then. Okay.
Welcome to Team Fortress 2. After 9 years in development, hopefully it will have been worth the wait. To listen to a commentary node, put your crosshair over the floating commentary symbol and press your primary fire. To stop a commentary node, put your crosshair over the rotating... Welcome to Team Fortress 2.
To accommodate the Scout class, maps need open spaces that allow Scouts to double jump along paths that the other classes can't navigate. This area features a variety of rooftops and rocks that a Scout can traverse while staying above any non-Scout opponents. Scouts often use their speed advantage to retreat and collect health, so here we force them to adopt some risk by placing the health inside a small enclosed area where they sacrifice some freedom of movement.
Invulnerability adds an element of pacing to the multiplayer experience, which otherwise tends to have fewer emotional highs and lows than a well-crafted single-player game. When an invulnerable medic and his friends come running in, it's an extreme high point for them. It's also a rush for the defenders, who know that they've just got to hold on for 10 seconds until invulnerability fades. Invulnerability also sharpens pacing by helping a team push through a defensive stalemate when the enemy team turtles up and refuses to come out of their base. Without a lack of defensive skirmishers, it's easier for the offense to build up the invulnerability charge without interruption.
I have the disc.
In addition, invulnerability is a great goal for the medic and rewards him for being an effective healer. We encourage the behavior by adding more charge when the medic is healing injured teammates, than when he's healing ones who are already at full health.
The medic is the main support class. Previous support classes we've designed had a variety of problems. They didn't require much skill because they stayed back in defended areas, which also kept them out of the funnest parts of the game. Worst of all, this meant they weren't even terribly useful because they generally...
The challenge of the particle system was to create effects that were fun and visually exciting, without being so over the top that no one could read their meaning in the game. In a typical match, there are so many effects on screen at the same time that the biggest danger is visual clutter. Therefore, the effects were refined to be cleaner and simpler. Those that were most important for gameplay were made easier to see, while those that were mainly eye candy were allowed to fall into the background.
The Demo Man is the most versatile combat class, capable of rapidly switching from strong offensive pushes to defensive area denial. He is the only indirect fire capability in the game, allowing him to take out sentry guns around the corner, and his sticky bombs give him a grenade jumping ability similar to that of the soldier's rocket jumps. His sticky bombs can also prevent enemies from moving through doorways, cover a retreat, and defend control points even when the Demo Man is somewhere else.
In multiplayer games, the content players consume is largely generated by other players. To enhance this, we added features designed to promote relationships between players. For example, the freeze cam shot of a player's killer helps the player remember specific troublesome opponents. The Nemesis feature adds an additional reminder that certain...
For soldiers, we designed spaces with specific attention to height. Soldiers generally want to be shooting down at the opponents to maximize the effect of their rocket splash damage. The rooftop here gives them that advantage. It can also only be reached with the soldier's rocket jump, making it generally inaccessible to the other classes. Because of the splash damage from rocket jump, soldiers have to...
We first showed Team Fortress 2 at E3 in 1999, and here we are in 2007, so what took us so long? The short answer is that it took us this long to make something that we were happy with. The long answer requires a look at our development process. At its core is the assumption that we don't really know ahead of time what will be fun. We know what's been fun in the past, but if we've got 3 ideas on the table, we really can't say for sure which one will be the most fun when they're done. So we've focused on developing a repeatable process that we'll find out. It's based on a cycle of constant iteration, where evaluation is done by watching as many people play the game as possible. In developing TF2, we tried out many features, a few of which made it into the final product, but most of which were cut. For example, our initial versions of TF2 were focused on trying to build a game around the concept of a commander, a single player who had a real-time strategy view of the battlefield. He would be responsible for building structures and providing a unifying strategy for the team. But there were significant design challenges involved. For instance, how do we design the game such that the commander can have fun and at the same time ensure that the players down on the ground can have fun? How do we ensure that the players and the commander value the output of each other? How do we ensure that the game is still fun if you have a terrible commander? Or conversely, if you're a great...
Go play this game. Go. I think this, no, this is running from the SSD too. I think it is. Yeah, it is. Yep. I see it flashing. No, this might be installed on the hard drive. Yeah, I don't want to be Nathan.
Steady, Nathan. Steady now. No sudden movements. Steady. Problem with the high stakes table, Nathan. A few bad hands and you can lose everything. Your Zeppelin, your money, You're playing. A man should never mix his champagne with poker. Good spirits lead to bad wages. Pardon the intrusion, Cher, but a shrewd gambler always collects his debts early. So long, Nathan.
Well, I trust I was a gentleman last night. Now, if you'll excuse me, I will play the cat.
There we go.
Nathan, I did some checking. Word is the Cajuns are hiding the Pandora in those islands up ahead. Follow me.
You know, the Xbox One isn't as smooth as the Series X, but it's, you know. I'm glad this console still works and it's in working order. You can still use it to make games.
We're getting close. Better check your guns. Make sure they're not jamming.
Still functional.
Practice on those weather balloons. Nice shooting. Looks like they're working. Try your secondary weapon. Practice on those abandoned gun towers. Good job. I had Doc adjust your brakes. Give him a test. Great. Test your plane's handling. Try pulling an Immelman. Well done. Pull a few more maneuvers, just to be sure. Great. When you're done, fly to me and we'll continue. Great. Guess you're in a hurry to go. There's our Zeppelin. Be careful. We got Cajun aircraft flying patrol.
No problem. Let's take these guys out quick. Follow my lead.
All right, boss. Now you're talking.
Looks like them fortune hunters wanted their zip bag.
Nathan, here come reinforcements.
I got trouble. Oh.
All right, that should do it.
Let's board the Pandora.
Who's gonna fly it? We need Big John.
He took off during last night's card game. Until we track him down, I'll have to do my best.
Careful, don't damage the Pandora.
You can't land. Alright, there we go.
Nathan thought we were boarding the Pandora.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have something new to show. I'm gonna try to recover lost builds from, well, deleted builds from this. Probably nothing other than Tomb Raider, but keep an eye out. Alright, peace.